While watching Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, we was introduced to a Ralph Bakshi introduction anime style. Now you might not know what I'm talking about, so I'm going to give you a brief demonstration. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what I'm speaking on, I'm going to give you a brief demonstration.
Yeah, ceremonial, TCP, the embassy.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Theta J, back like I left something, and I'm glad you here. Yes, I'm glad you here. And today we're going to be speaking about the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. And I'm going to let you know if it was absolutely dope or if it was absolutely trash. Yes, I'm going to let you know if it's trash. Now, this is the thing about it. I didn't even know this joint was coming out. Yeah, I seen the trailer. I saw the trailer. The trailer kind of piqued my interest, but I didn't even know it was dropping on the 25th. I woke up. I saw it was on Disney Plus. I said, nah, let me go check this out and see what this is all about. So I checked it out, and I'm gonna let you guys know right now what I think. If it's absolutely hot, boo boo doo doo trash. But before we get into that, what I need you to do is watch this video from the beginning all the way to the end, because when you do that, it helps me in the algorithm very much greatly. Yes, people who want the real, people who don't want the bias, people who bought up by Marvel. I'm not that guy. I'm still that guy out here that's just lonely and don't know what to do with his life. So let me tell you something. When you check out my videos, it helps me greatly. Also, this is what I need you to do. I need you to hit that like. I need you to hit that subscribe. And I need you to hit that notification bell. Because every time you hit that notification bell, it makes your boy Theta J feel oh so good and oh so swell. Yeah, that's what it does. It makes me feel swell. So this joint came out. Now, this is a Guardians of the Galaxy movie that takes place right after Thor. Right after the Thor movie. You know, the Thor Love and Blunder, the Thor Love and Terrible, whatever you want to call it. But it's right after that joint. And this is during the Christmas season, Christmas times. And the Guardians of the Galaxy, they noticed their leader, Peter Quill. He's feeling kind of sad about Gamorra. Now, I don't understand why he's sad about Gamorra, because I did watch Endgame. I understand that she died in Infinity War, but she came back. She was a variant. She came back through the time travel type thing they was going through. So I don't know why he's so sad. I don't know if he's sad about the real one that died, but he still has the real one. It's just the real one from the other past movie before she became a Guardians of the Galaxy. So he shouldn't be that sad, but they wanted to make him absolutely happy. And in the beginning of this joint, we see a animation style that was pretty cool to me, because if you're familiar with Ralph and Bakshi, that's these old animated movies that came out back in the day, usually during Christmas times, and they made Lord of the Rings. Dang, I can't speak. They made Lord of the Rings films in animation style, and it was a weird animation style because it had a cartoon, but it also had real movement, real people moving around in that joint, and sometimes it was a tad bit creepy. Yes, very much creepy. Scared me on some of that stuff, and I guess some of that stuff was the intention, but it scared me nonetheless. But before I just really get into the story, I want to say James Gunn. James Gunn is a very busy man. He written and he directed this, and James Gunn, what I like about his filming, he has a very wow factor. He puts things in there that's going to blow you away, blow your mind. As I'm talking about things that's going to surprise you and things you don't expect. Now, James Gunn is a very busy man right now, because not only is he working with Marvel, but he's also the head of DC Studios, and he's doing a pretty good job talking to the fans on the DC level and let them know know what they want and what he's going to do and how he's going to plan things out. So while I was watching this, I was very curious to see if James Gunn was going to be able to pull this off, because having that much of a load on you, it usually means that something you put out is going to be absolutely trash. But what I love about this, the acting was on point. The movie was very funny. Two characters that made this movie very funny, and they put this movie on their shoulders and put it on their back, was Dave Bautista. And you had the actress that played Mantis. I don't know her name. Sorry, I'm out of there. But Dave Bautista, he plays Drax. And we have the actress that played Mantis. These characters, they're very naive. They don't know anything when it comes to Earth. They don't understand sarcasm. They don't know none of that stuff. And that's what made this movie really light up and just be a gem, because it's basically you watching two grown kids in the real world just going nuts and going crazy. And the CGI, before I get into the story, the CGI looked magnificent for this to be just a holiday special. Usually you get those George Lucas Star Wars type of holiday specials where things just look beat up, toe up on the floor up, and make your mama want to throw up. That's exactly how it be looking. But this right here looked like a big budget movie, and it was a big budget movie as far as the CGI. Everything looked good. The spaceships, them being out of space, them being on nowhere. It just looks absolutely good. So let me give y'all a brief synopsis of the story of what went down. They're trying to make Peter Quill happy, and Mantis and Drax, they're talking, and they realize, hey, we can give him a gift. He is always talking about Kevin Bacon this, Kevin Bacon that. In their mind, they think Kevin Bacon is a absolutely magnificent warrior, and that's what make a lot of these jokes land and make it pretty funny. So they, in their mind, they're going to kidnap him. They're going to do home invasions in his house. They're going to do a lot of things that are illegal to get this man on this ship to make Peter Quill happy. Now, I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Those are real friends. That's real friends. To put their life on the line, to risk dying and going to jail just to make you happy, those are real friends. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just kidding, YouTube. Don't try to block me. Don't try to strike me. Don't try to do none of that stuff, because I know how you do. But they land on Earth, and they're on a journey to try to find him, because they don't know where he at. They don't know his address. So they go through Hollywood. They go to the Hollywood theater. And one funny part in there was Drax saw this robot character. Drax don't like robots. This guy was in a cosplay costume. They was taking pictures with people, and he saw that robot guy, and he just started beating him down. I'm talking about throwing it all the way back, cocking it back, and throwing hard, vicious blows. And then it went to the next scene. That was hilarious. That made me laugh. Usually I don't laugh out loud when I'm watching Marvel movies. I kind of chuckle to myself inside my mind, but I actually laughed out loud when I seen that happen. It was pretty hilarious. It was some funny stuff. But so they went to a bar, they was drinking, and they was getting drunk. And the drinking and getting drunk part, I've noticed this was also in She-Hulk too. I thought these was kids shows. I don't know if that's a good message out there, showing these kids are going to bars and getting shots and getting drunk, because they was outside of the bar and they was pretty drunk and they was depressed because they still couldn't find Kevin Bacon until a person who sell tourist brochures to people. You know those little brochures where they show you the addresses of where Hollywood stars live? She gave one of them to Mantis, and that's how they found Kevin Bacon's home. So Kevin Bacon, they switched to him, showing him coming home, and he's waiting on his family to come home so they can celebrate Christmas. And then you have Drax and Mantis. They pretty much go on his property uninvited. Drax literally busts through his window, scared to death out of Kevin Bacon, kidnaps him, and while they're getting ready to put him back on the ship, they have a battle with the police. Yes, literally in this show, you have police shooting at Drax. He getting shot up and laughing. And then Mantis and Drax go in on the police and beat them down. I'm not gonna admit. I'm gonna admit this right now, right here, right now. That was absolutely dope, fantastic, and it blew me away to watch something like that on a holiday special, a Christmas holiday special. Never seen nothing like that before. Now, I was saying right here at this moment that Jim Carrey's The Grinch was my favorite holiday special. This might have it beat. I mean, you fighting police and getting shot up and you beating them down. That's absolutely nuts and crazy to me. So they finally get him on the ship and they take him back to nowhere. And this is when the movie takes a turn on the tone. Peter Quill, he gets real sad, lonely by himself, but Drax and Mantis and the other Guardians of the Galaxy and the people that's in nowhere is a planet. They all come together to make Peter Quill happy. They show all the Christmas lights. The Christmas lights look beautiful in outer space. They're trying to make Peter Quill all happy and stuff like that. And he's just being wild. And you can just see on Peter Quill's face that he's just so happy, man. He just looked like a little kid again, just having that Christmas feeling. So he's walking through the village, and then all of a sudden they present him with a big long prize, and you can hear Kevin Bacon on there telling people to, hey, hurry up and unwrap me. Now, I forgot to tell you this part too. Mantis used her emotional powers to make Kevin Bacon get on the ship and be acceptable of him being kidnapped. She has those type of powers. So he's under the influence of Mantis, and he says, hurry up and unwrap me. And Peter Quill unwrapped the present, and before he unwrapped the present, he was absolutely happy and overjoyed until he realized they kidnapped him. They kidnapped that man. So he told him, hey, put them back on the ship, man. Take him back to Earth. What are you doing? You committing crimes. That's not what the Guardians is all about. So while they taking him back, they all feel kind of sad. They taking him back. But towards the end, a very sentimental part happened in the movie. A lot of people said they shared tears over this part. Fatal J didn't share tears, but I can understand people shedding tears. But it was a moment where Mantis and Peter Quill was on a balcony, and they was talking about how Yondu ruined Christmas for Peter Quill in the beginning of the movie. But Peter Quill said he didn't. The story was not unraveled. You guys didn't hear the whole story. Yondu, he came in and beat down the Christmas tree, said he hate Christmas. He said the Ravengers do not celebrate Christmas. They don't give each other gifts. But we all know Yondu is that absolutely dope father figure. He's just kind of a hard, tough guy. And he gave Peter Quill his first two blaster guns, his signature blaster guns, as a gift for Christmas. And while him and Mantis was talking on a balcony, Mantis, she wanted to tell him something real bad. She's just been on her mind for a long time. And she said, Peter Quill, I want you to know something. She said, I think me and you are sisters and brothers. And he said, how is that? Because Ego created me, and Ego is your father. And that part right there was so touching. It was a very complete. It completed the movie. It was the ending of the movie, and it just had that very Christmas spirit, because it showed the moral of the story was it's not about gifts, it's about family. It's about friends. So it was a pretty good movie. I thought it was going to be absolutely dong. I thought it was going to be absolutely terrible. I thought it was going to be absolutely horrible. But this turned out to be a pretty good show. I enjoyed myself. I had a good time. I'm going to watch it again with my family. I watched it by myself for critic reason, because I thought it was going to be absolutely boo-boo hot trash. But James Gunn is proving himself that he is a director that can keep your attention. He can bring the pain. And this movie was not long. It was about an hour long. It was pretty good. It's something very good that you can sit down and watch with your family. So you guys, you let me know what you think about this. Do you think it was absolutely trash? That it was absolutely terrible and you'll never watch it again? Or you thought it was pretty good yourself? The score that I give this a 7.5 out of 10. Get back at your boy Peter J. Make sure to check out these two videos that's posting up right now, and I'm out of here. Ninja Vanish.